She founded a watch company with 21, then months later she was rewarded with a gold medal, and I have now the pleasure to show you why. Welcome to Caseback Watches. My name is Tim and our topic today is the Möels TV format watch 528. And I will show you this wonderful and extraordinary watch in the light box in a second. But first I'd like to give you a bit of background. And I have a nice idea for you, for viewers, if you want to see your city together with a wrist shot maybe, here on the channel, then stay with me after the Lightbox review, okay? Then I will share this idea with you. And now back to Möels, back to Betina, the founder of the company. And Betina, very sorry when my pronunciation of your company is not correct, but when a German sees that umlaut, he says Möels. And I was not lying. She was 21 years old when she founded that company, and then she was rewarded by the, let me check my notes, the A Design Award. I'm not a designer, so I'm not familiar with that, but I've learned that it's a big prize. Actually, that watch here is now in a museum because she won the gold medal in the category jewelry, eyewear and watch design. But now you may ask, what does this 528 really mean? And I looked it up. They have a great website with frequently asked questions, so you can look everything up there. And I looked up this solfeggio frequency. I'm a well-trained musician, but I've never heard solfeggio frequency at 528 Hertz, also known, let me read this for you, this is very interesting, has to do something with John Lennon and Imagine. Also known as the love frequency, is thought to resonate at the core of everything, including the sun, pyramids, circles, squares, rainbows and even snowflakes. This frequency is the most significant of the solfeggio frequencies. It has a deep-rooted relationship with nature and appears in many songs. Most famously, John Lennon's Imagine was composed in 528 Hertz. Did you know this? I didn't know this. Very interesting. So, thanks for this information here. And this 528 appeared here on the channel the first time in a Watch of the Week episode because Cormac went crazy. Cormac went crazy when he saw that watch on Kickstarter and told me, look, check out that watch. He instantly bought a piece actually, but I was a bit concerned because I thought, okay, this is a nice looking watch and the price and everything's fine there, but is it really wearable with that format? Is it comfortable on the wrist? I mean, this is an important question when you buy a watch, right? And then I've noticed that the product images, there were a young lady, Betina was the photo model, and she was wearing the watch always on her right arm so that the crown never was in contact with her wrist. And I wrote her and I said, is this done willingly? And she said, oh no, very sorry, it's just my habit to wear that watch on that arm. But I wasn't really convinced, and so this is one thing we will check out in the Lightbox. But keyword Cormac here. What happened with our watches? They were scheduled for today. 6 watches by the 47.0 in the Caseback Watches shop for you. What happened? Well, sometimes DHL works with you, sometimes DHL works against you. Check out the shop, check out the belts, for example. Same problem, sold out, and there's nothing I can do right now against this. We had a bit of logistic problems, so next week. And now let's act a bit stupid. Let's pretend that we don't know anything about the story, the price, the people behind this watch. Let's just imagine we see this watch here and now we have to come to a verdict. If it's interesting, if it's worth the money, if it's beautiful, if it's well made. And so let's zoom in merciless. First, let's go over the specifications here. So we have a case diameter, or I should say a case width of 45 millimeters. The case length, not including the lugs, only the case here is 33. Focus, dear camera, focus. Thank you very much. The height is 11 millimeters. And the lug width is 22. So very unusual size, but I mean, I have imagined that this is unusual with this format here. Then inside we have a Sellita. We have here the Sellita SW201 in version B. That means no date. Let me polish the case back a bit. I've really worn that piece, and so you see some small signs of usage on it. So very nice with screws here. Very nice case back. And then we have a sapphire crystal. on both sides with AR coating here on the front. And the watch has a screw-down crown. This was a surprise, to be honest. I've read that, but I've forgotten it. And it's not normal that such a watch has a screw-down crown. And therefore, the piece is waterproof up to 100 meters. So very, very handy. And operating the watch here is quite simple. Position 1, and then you can set the time. That's it. That's it. And then you can close it again. And you're good to go. Did I do it right? Yes. Yes. A bit of a resistance because the Sellita provides hand winding, and the hand winding sometimes feels a bit stiff with that, with these Sellitas. So let's speak now about the dial, of course. First, it's not super legible. You may say, well, I can't see everything here. Yes, but under certain conditions, see this? You see nothing. You see absolutely nothing. This can happen. So it's not the watch for racing car drivers or astronauts. It's more a watch for the common man, I think, or the common woman. And what I find extremely stunning here is that, first, the bravery. People might say, well, she didn't use the entire dial for hands and numerals and stuff. But I really have to salute that. This is a very, very cool decision. And I don't know if this is exactly the golden ratio, but it doesn't look random in any form. And what really was amazing to see is the attention to detail and the quality of every bit here on the dial. Look at the hand here, the length of the hands. See that's the second hand now? Just wonderful, just wonderful. And the font is wonderful. And the execution, you really can put it under a magnifier and you will not see anything sloppy there. I mean, this is not the work of the designer, this is the manufacturer as well. Little interruption here, because I would like to show you the website. Möels is really an example for an open and informative website, because when you ask now, where are the hands manufactured, where the dial and the cases, where's the watch assembled, you can find everything here. And it's very convincing. You have specialized companies for hands, for example, but assembling, quality control, shipping, all this happens in Switzerland. And I think this is somewhat a relief to know. And so this is the model graphite, by the way, so it's very dark and it looks 100% luxury in my eyes. But I needed a bit of time. I was wearing it 5, 6, 7 hours, and then I thought again and again, wow, this is a nice look. This is a really nice look. And I think it's a scratch magnet, but I think it's also very easy to polish away because everything is accessible, reachable, and so it's not really a problem. But now, the moment of truth, let's put it on the wrist. Let's see if it's terrible, like a TV really on your wrist, or if it's wearable. And there we are. You see, absolutely unusual look. We cannot compare this watch to any other piece. Makes no sense because of the format. Note that I'm wearing it slightly, not exactly on the bone here. More like that, but it feels pretty natural. And my concern was that the crown will make an indentation in my hand. But you see, if I bend my hand, there's some contact. But again, I was wearing it, I think, 1 or 2 days straight, and it works. It absolutely works. I was used to it after a couple of hours, and then it's really comfortable. And this is somewhat crazy, but I think it's the fat bracelet, the strap, the wide strap doesn't want to sit straight on my bone. It naturally takes this position here, and then the thing is wearable. And there you see, works, absolutely works. Conversation starter for sure. So if you're a very shy person, you shouldn't buy that watch. But if you enjoy something special, really could be a very, very good addition. So I really like this look here. And one word about the price. They offered me a watch for free and I said, no, it's against the policy. And then I realized that the watch has a price of £820. And I thought, but it's against the policy. But it's a lot of money. I mean, we are talking here about close to 1,000 euros or 1,000 US dollars. And you expect really something for that kind of money. But I really have to repeat myself. Here it is. I really can see the money in here, in the components and in the marvelous polishing job and in the design. Absolutely. This really is attention to detail. And so I'm very happy that I've tried out this watch here. And now let's go back. Okay, welcome back. And now let's share this idea. Caseback Watches is somewhat an international operation because the channel has viewers all over the globe. And this is fascinating for me, very interesting, very enjoyable. And I have very interesting characters amongst the viewers, and some of them have great watch collections and they live in interesting places, and they often send me wrist shots often with my straps from the shop, which is very enjoyable to see. But I also love to see your city and your favorite site. I can mention, I think, Christian from Bogota. This pronunciation is correct, right? Bogota or Bogota, I think. And he is a member of the infamous motorcycle gang Hordas de Bogota. And Christian, this would be just nice. You have a brilliant Instagram account and you have a nice collection of watches, and all people a bit like Christian with interesting things to show. This would be very nice if you could send me a wrist shot, but with some background, or only a shot from your city or your favorite site, and then I could show these images in the next video. And so if you are on board, then please send your images to casebackwatches@icloud.com. You don't have to reveal anything personal, right? Don't show your house place or your address. Just show us something a tourist could really visit. This would be very great. Or a site a tourist shouldn't visit in case of Hordas. And you can be absolutely sure that I will use these images only for the next video, okay? And then I will delete everything, and I will of course not reveal your email address, your name, if you don't want. So absolutely no problem, hassle free. And I think now we're at the end of this video. Let me check my notes if I've I wanted to sing a song in 528 Hz, but I don't. What? No, this is this. I think in that region is it. Let's check it out. Oh, okay. Okay, and that's all for now. As always, if you want to have your sneak previews and your updates, then please follow me on Instagram, caseback_Tim. And now let me thank you very much for your attention, and until next time.